Another never-say-die display by Borough keeps those cup dreams bubbling, but the big side effect is that progress in both cup competitions has enabled leaders Blackburn to open up a commanding lead at the top of the second division. Kenny Dalglish's multi-million-pound outfit have gained a 12-point advantage over Borough, albeit having played 2 games more. And Lenny Lawrence's men are unable to make up lost ground in front of an Ayresome Park crowd of close on 20,000. Despite a storming second-half display against a ferocious gale, Borough can't quite break the deadlock. Since the new year began, Borough's congested programme has been dominated by cup ties, and the replay with Portsmouth is their 6th in little more than 7 weeks. A quarter-final showdown with Nottingham Forest, the prize at stake this time.
Jamie Pollock. Good header. Disappointment at the end of it for Wilkinson. Ripley, good pass. Foul by Beresford. And certainly it's Stuart Ripley who is creating the majority of the problems for the Portsmouth defence. Wilkinson, free kick was quickly taken. Portsmouth were standing unorganised, unready, and paid the penalty. Still getting themselves into position when the ball hit the back of the net from Wilkinson's header. Indirect, the arm was raised, there was no problem there. Ripley. That's a better ball. Payton did well, and so too did Knight. It was a very good turn and a powerful shot from Andy Payton. He can cool the two captains together. Musto has missed it. Clark, Anderton. Powell is in the middle. Clark is going. Can he shoot? Yes, and score. Anderton made the opening and Clark drilled it in. Well, a testing high ball in, which Wilkinson loves to compete for. And they're a bit hesitant about getting it away. Ripley's shot hit Pollock, and after that must have struck another Portsmouth player. Mr. Hill was very well placed to see. So we've got a cup tie full of action, goal at each end. The prize for the winners, a home tie against Nottingham Forest. Couldn't be more appetising. Moen in there making problems, and Wilkinson coming in at the far post, completely unattended. It was Moen who was causing the problems earlier, and Wilkinson threw himself at the header. But they'll be asking questions about the marking. Orford there before Payton. Powell back to him. It's just a hopeful ball in, which was relatively easy for Phillips. Anderton has got the wrong side of Moen. Moen is now back. Anderton's beaten him. Oh! That's a wonderful goal by Clark. The number 9s are having a birthday. Now here's Anderton, with Powell in the middle and the corner. And it'll be Anderton with the corner, slicing it outside foot, and it's gone right through. I don't think anybody got a touch. Anderton with the outside side of the foot. I'm not sure it didn't just go all the way through from Anderton. In from Beresford. Anderton using his weight. And here's Clark for his hat-trick. Against the bar and into the keeper's hands. Neil. Through the middle for Powell. Anderton!
3 days on from that stunning FA Cup exit, Borough face a tough test of character in the league at Swindon. Glenn Hoddle's men begin the day above Borough on goal difference. But the tables are turned by a decisive strike by inspirational skipper Alan Kernaghan, back in the side after serving a 2-match ban.
And it's going to be Phillips, and he'll swing that one in, and that's Kernaghan at the back post. He's found the corner of the net. Alan Kernaghan, as he so often does, pops up to head the ball in from a very difficult angle, and it's Swindon 0, Middlesbrough 1. There's McLaren, and he'll drive that ball long into the Middlesbrough penalty area where Pearce collects it. The referee's given a penalty. Well, that really is inexplicable. It looked to me as though Calderwood merely ran in. Well, he did, he ran into Kernaghan, but the referee has given the penalty. So here is Mickey Hazard with the chance to equalise. Oh, great stop by Pearce, and maybe justice has been done. It really wasn't worth a penalty anyway, and Pearce makes sure it doesn't count.
On a day when runaway leaders Blackburn have faltered at home to lowly Oxford, that's a precious victory. Meanwhile, in the Rumbelows Cup, the Ayresome Park stage is set for Borough's first semi-final for 16 years. A crowd of nearly 26,000 witness a thrilling first leg against First Division leaders Manchester United.
So Manchester United looking to contain again as Slaven comes in, and the ball was knocked away at the last moment there by Gary Pallister. So determined against his old club here to impress. Phillips with this throw-in for Middlesbrough. Have given a good account of themselves so far in this first leg, but they'd want a lead to take back to Old Trafford for the second leg with them. Phillips driving it across to Parkinson in some space. He can hit them. He does hit this one. And it took all Schmeichel's expertise to keep it out. This was a cracking effort from the fullback. Parkinson strikes as good a ball as anybody, and the Dane was equal to it. Gary Parkinson really letting fly from fully 35 yards. Still Middlesbrough try to lift that crowd of theirs. They've got right behind them, and Ripley has found Slaven, edge of the penalty area. Now it's John Hendry. Here comes the deep cross. Wilkinson at the back post. Schmeichel didn't really get there, but Brian Robson gets him out of jail. It was Slaven coming in for it. Hendry had driven it across. Wilkinson rising well, and I thought the goalkeeper was a trice fortunate. From Webb, quickly transferred to Hughes. Danger here to the Borough goal. Giggs across the face, and Giggs gets a second chance as well. Oh, a lovely little shimmy from the Welsh boy. And then it's Hughes who puts the header wide. It's still 0-0. And Schmeichel clearing the ball long. He's got a good boot on him. Hughes took that down superbly. Now Webb threads it through and takes the return ball. Looking for someone in the middle here, and there's Ince's header, flicked over the top by Pearce. An excellent header from Paul Ince. Webb had created all of that, and then Paul Ince, who certainly doesn't get many goals, let alone with his head, was denied by Pearce. From Ince, down the line for Giggs, who checks inside Parkinson. Finds the supporting Ince this time. Oh, the little ball through has confused Berra. Here's Brian Robson, he can tee up Hughes. Hughes on the left foot, still it might come. No, Pearce smothers it and falls gratefully on the ball. That was good work from Brian Robson. Middlesbrough just caught napping for the moment, but Hughes again couldn't beat Pearce. Here is Parkinson. Wilkinson and Ripley now. Ripley, oh, he's brought down. A crunching tackle by Pallister on his old pal. But referee Nixon right on the spot. A free kick to Middlesbrough. Can they get a goal? Can they get one to take to Old Trafford with them for the second leg? Schmeichel. organising everything that goes on ahead of him. We've seen Parkinson strike one already in this match. It could be him again. It is him, and he's got it through as well, and Schmeichel diving and keeping it out, and Wilkinson can't force it through. Schmeichel did well. Parkinson, for the second time here, thumping the shot in, and only the Dane's agility thwarted him. Paul Parker just about got that ball through for Webb. Now it's McClare, and he's ridden the challenge well. McClare, and this could be the one. No, Neil Webb on the left foot. He can't believe it himself. Spooning the chance wide. Well, he's urged to keep on going. McClare had done his part so well. You could see the crowd rising in anticipation. Only Neil Webb let them down. 0-0 it is then. Parkinson's ball in. Is there going to be a late sting in the tail? It's Bernie Slaven. No, Schmeichel able to collect. Disappointing.
An inspired performance by Borough, highlighted by a brilliant display by Stephen Pears against his former club. 6 years earlier, United had let their reserve keeper move to Ayresome Park for the modest fee of just £70,000. Before the return leg comes the first of 2 encounters inside 10 days against promotion rivals Cambridge United.
Tries the left foot shot and bent it. Oh, hits the crossbar. The angle of post and crossbar. Superb shot from Gary Parkinson. And Jimmy Phillips up to swing over the cross. Wilkinson knocks it back. Oh, and Henry misses from 3 yards. Kimball. This is Taylor. Did want to get the cross in. Kernigan got the block. Oh, Dublin's there, and Dublin scored! Oh, my word, it came out of nothing. This is Phillips again. Drives in the cross, it must be a goal, it's there! Wilkinson, his 19th goal of the season.
So Paul Wilkinson's 19th goal of the season preserves Borough's unbeaten league record at Ayresome Park. It also means a step up to 4th place in the race to join the Premier League. With the season entering its final quarter, Borough are handily placed with games in hand on all the top 3 clubs. But cup exploits mean Lenny Lawrence's heroes now face at least 2 matches a week for the final 2 months of the season. In the second leg of their Rumbelows Cup semi-final, Borough arrive at Old Trafford for their 14th cup tie of the season, and a passionate crowd of nearly 46,000 is in for an absorbing contest.
Just over the crossbar from Paul Wilkinson, who caused Manchester United all manner of problems, particularly in the first half of the first leg. Hendry just managed to wriggle away from Irwin there, and Wilkinson stole a march on everybody else in the penalty area. Paul Ince, Brian Robson, Webb has made a run to his left, kicks ahead of him, McClare, now Webb, now Lee Sharp, real chance, 1-0! He's back! It could be Lee Sharp's League Cup semi-final again. Half an hour gone, and Lee Sharp signals his return to the big time with a big, big goal for Manchester United. It's another hefty clout from the right foot of Peter Schmeichel. Kernigan smuggled it away. Instow for Webb. McClare. Where's the ball? Stuart Ripley knows the answer to that question. He is such a talent. Hendry, Wilkinson, space here for Pollock. 3 in support. Opening for Middlesbrough. Jamie Pollock. Well, he had men in support. He had the presence of mind to take the responsibility himself. But if he had his time over again, he might have looked for Wilkinson and Slaven, who were both well placed. Slaven letting Pollock know it. Jimmy Phillips. Robbie Mustoe. Jamie Pollock. Curtis Fleming tiptoeing forward. Slaven! Well, he was allowed the opportunity. And Bernie Slaven certainly has an eye for goal. He's been Middlesbrough's leading scorer the last 5 seasons. It was a long-range header. Here goes Stuart Ripley. Parker trying to stick with him. Ripley is strong enough. Chance for Slaven! 5 minutes of the second half gone, and Middlesbrough are back in business. Bernie Slaven's equaliser starts a party behind Peter Schmeichel's goal. You can't allow him a side of goal. Full marks to Stuart Ripley, so strong, and the cross picked out by Slaven, who picked out the back of the net. Bernie Slaven's 14th goal of the season, the most precious in Middlesbrough's season so far. 1-1. Paul Ince, Brian Robson, Lee Sharp. Not quite what he intended. He's got another chance though. Trying to play Dennis Irwin in. Brian McClare trying to play Dennis Irwin in. Oh, good save by Pears. Cleared by Kernigan. Smart stop by the Middlesbrough goalkeeper. Dennis Irwin cutting through the Middlesbrough defence, bearing down on Pears, who made a really good save. Quickly down to his left. Ryan Giggs. Cleared by Kernigan. Wilkinson in pursuit. Pallister and Bruce with him. Gary Pallister saw Schmeichel short. Wilkinson managed to force it past the goalkeeper, but not far enough past the goalkeeper. And Pallister gets away with the back pass. Wilkinson's header on. Hendry trying to get to it. Schmeichel committed. Hendry goalwards. Off the line by Gary Pallister. Saves Manchester United's Bacon with a dramatic goal line clearance from John Hendry. The gates of Wembley were opening wide for Middlesbrough then, but Gary Pallister got across in the nick of time to shut them in their face. Ince was calling for it, but not there. Kernigan leading the breakout. Wilkinson. Pollock. Kernigan still forward. Space here for Bernie Slaven. Falconer, Kernigan, and Wilkinson in the box. It's Willie Falconer! Oh, Wilkinson was so much better placed. Falconer threw himself at it. He had no time to stop and look around him, but just look where Paul Wilkinson was beyond him. Only once in their history of Middlesbrough made it to Wembley. 35,000 for themselves to the Zenit final 2 years ago, only for Chelsea to spoil the party. Goodness knows how many would travel for an emotional reunion with Brian Clough on April the 12th. It's still possible. This semi-final being played to constant vocal accompaniment and encouragement, and it's keeping the players going. Brian Robson getting more and more irritated. Pallister. Hendry. Falconer waiting. Got his head to it. Good save by Schmeichel. Just managed to smuggle it away from Wilkinson. But what a stop from Willie Falconer. But how on earth did Willie Falconer, from a standing start, get so much power behind his header? And how on earth did Peter Schmeichel get to it? And it wasn't over there, and he had to get across to deny Wilkinson. It was difficult to believe that Manchester United and Middlesbrough could serve up anything quite as good as Forest and Spurs managed 10 days ago. But in a different way, this has been every bit the measure of it. It's not been the same kind of flowing football match, but it's been more of a semi-final. A classic slugging match. Neil Webb. McClare's there, so too's Robson. It's Giggs! That could be the one!
So Borough destined not to complete the road to Wembley. They'd played their part in a thrilling cup tie packed with drama, entertainment and skill, and now their cup adventures were finally over. It was time to concentrate on the final push for a place in the Premier League. The crucial breakthrough against Southend came on the hour, when homekeeper Paul Sanson brought John Hendry crashing in the box. A red card meant both sides were down to 10 men. Jimmy Phillips had received his marching orders minutes earlier. But Bernie Slaven made Southend pay with the winner from the penalty spot. Three days later comes another close encounter with promotion rivals Cambridge.
Cambridge really do batter their opponents. A flick on from Dublin and Pears tipped it off the bar. Swung in again, Dublin chesting it down. Here's Cambridge! Brilliant stop from Pears. Ledbetter coming through. Ledbetter still here. This is a good chance and Pears defies him. Still, John Beck's side looking for this first goal. Dublin the flick on, Dennis the header, Pears the save. Slaven for Middlesbrough. Oh, and that's put over the top from Hendry. This is Dennis's corner. Cambridge still looking for this elusive first goal. The ball knocked clear. Oh, another fine stop by Pears. He really is in magnificent form in this match. It was no more than a half chance. Pears kept it out again.
A goalless draw means Borough have extended their unbeaten league run to 6 matches. After 3 matches on the road, it's finally back to Ayresome Park for the home encounter with struggling Brighton.
Borough really looking to boost their promotion chances in this game, and that one swung across, and Slaven from no more than 5 yards out. It's Bernie Slaven. Hendry. Right, not quite sure where to go at the moment. Here's Wilkinson's header, and Slaven simply had to score. Phillips. Got back for John Hendry, who swerves one in. Oh, that's a superb strike from Hendry. Brighton put under pressure again. There's young Mundy, the full-back, and he's beaten by Slaven on the outside. And Slaven is brought down by Mundy as well, as if to compound his error. The penalty kick. And no doubt about it, Mundy really, he'd missed the ball in the first place, and then he brought down the Irishman as well. Slaven for the hat-trick, and it is a hat-trick. 4-0.
While Bernie Slaven's hat-trick had earned him the Man of the Match award against Brighton, there was no doubt who the hero was against Charlton. Just 6 days after a cheekbone operation, goalkeeper Stephen Pears amazed everyone by declaring himself fit to play at Upton Park. He certainly amazed Charlton with a brilliant performance to claim his 4th clean sheet in a row. Four days later comes another tricky promotion encounter that produces a sparkling advert for second division football.
Leicester who played except Warman wide, flicking it on. This is Phil G, brought down, that's a penalty! Brought down by Nicky Mohan. We're just 3 minutes into this game, and Leicester City have a penalty. Can he celebrate it with a goal against Steve Pears, who was brought into the England squad last week? And it's there, 1-0. Mills scores. Peak. Trying to find Ripley again, does so this time. Lee Faulkner's made the run, Ripley comes in with a shot. Oh, what a shot that was! He really does tank them when he lets go. And Kevin Poole got down magnificently to turn the ball away for a corner. but that was a rasping shot from Stuart Ripley. Off the head of Thompson. Pollock! Oh! What a shot from Jamie Pollock! The Leicester City defence are absolutely stunned. The Middlesbrough fans can't believe it. He must have hit that from 30 yards. Jamie Pollock. He was only 18 in February. This is 20th league appearance, and he cracks in an unstoppable shot that I doubt whether Kevin Poole actually saw it. Wilkinson's header. Ripley, Slaven rather, trying some ball juggling. This is Mills. Thompson, nicely out to Grayson on the right-hand side. The big men in the middle. The header coming in. Oh, it's off the post. Phil G got the header in. It's still in play. Back it comes again. Away by Henry. Slaven. Wilkinson. And he's trying to outrun the big man Walsh. But how unlucky can you get? Phil G so close to his second goal then. Looking for Ormondroyd. He got it that time. Nice touch inside to Mills. Maybe the shot's on here. Oh, what a shot from Mills! I thought that was going in, but Steve Pearce just... Well, his reaction was superb. Just put up his left arm and flicked the ball over. Gary Mills. Oh, it's come through, and it's there! Tommy Wright! His 14th goal of the season. Gary Mills it was, who crossed from the left. The defenders missed it. And there was Tommy Wright popping up to make it Leicester City 2, Middlesbrough 1.
Defeat at Filbert Street is followed by a home encounter with informed Watford that comes to life at the start of the second half. Dean Holdsworth gets the ball rolling when he gives Watford the lead. 60 seconds later, it's all square. Bernie Slaven's shot is blocked by David James, and Paul Wilkinson follows up to claim his 20th goal of the season. But the drama results in a disappointing end to Borough's 22-match unbeaten league record at Ayresome Park, when Steve Butler lands the winner. Remarkably, that's 3 wins in a row for Watford on Middlesbrough's home soil. After 2 straight defeats, Borough badly needed a positive show of form away from home. And the omens look promising when John Henry makes an early breakthrough at Ashton Gate. Bristol are dealt another blow when Leroy Rossignol is sent off at the end of the first half. The 10-man City comes storming back after the break, and it's no surprise when the home side had the final say with an equaliser from Cole. Jimmy Phillips' dramatic late winner seals 3 precious points for Borough, but the bad news is that skipper Alan Kernaghan will miss the rest of the season.
And it's a goal to Middlesbrough, and it's that number 7 shirt, Mark Proctor, who would have been on the subs bench tonight if Bernie Slaven would have been fit. And Middlesbrough have struck first blood. And chased by Nolan. Looks for Wilkinson. Nixon's ball. Released is Thomas. Good ball by Thomas. Malkin across. York! Jimmy Phillips has put Middlesbrough ahead they've taken the lead. But rather foolishly, Paul Wilkinson tried to kick the ball out the ground and is going to get the first yellow card of the evening as Jimmy Phillips beats Eric Nixon. All ends up from the free kick.
With all but 2 of Borough's final 7 matches at Ayresome Park, next comes a precious run of 3 home games in 7 days. But nothing is simple at this stage of the season.
Here's Phillips. Oh, that's well struck, and Butler equal to it. Fleming this time. He's got support in the penalty area, and here comes Proctor. How unlucky. Barnsley's turn to come with David Curry, such a darling up here at Ayresome Park in his days with Middlesbrough, and support arriving in that penalty box. And here's Neil Redfern, and it's 1-0 for Barnsley, a stunner. Fleming again hits the longer ball this time. Well, that's a lovely little turn from Hendry, and he's wriggling between the defenders, and he's still here. Tenacity wins the day for him. Ripley with a chance to tee him up, and there's the return ball. Redfern couldn't get there, Wilkinson couldn't either. There's the stop from Butler. Brilliantly done by Butler the second time as well. So Borough's promotion hopes evaporating a little as Ripley fires this one in. Another brilliant stop by Butler. Well, he really is earning his corner, the Barnsley goalkeeper. Superbly saved. Oxford looking with Magilton here, and the shot coming in. Oh, and it looped off Proctor and over Pears. So Middlesbrough really up against it. They need the points so badly if they're to make it into that Premier League next season. Wilkinson holding things up nicely until Ripley is there to take the return ball. He just loves to run at them, does Ripley. Oh, not only run at them, there's venomous strike from Stuart Ripley. It's one of the goals of the season. A corker from Ripley. Still 1-1, more pressure from Oxford. The ball cleared as far as Slaven, and then knocked forward by Proctor. And here's a chase off Payton, brought down so badly by Penny. Slaven's continuing, but the whistle has gone. So it doesn't matter what really happens inside that penalty area now. The whistle has already gone. And this is why Proctor nodded the ball forward. Payton tried to turn Penny just inside his own half, and Penny is sent off. So a free kick then for Middlesbrough. The ball laid forward, a nice little flick back, and Andy Payton is in. Payton, 2-1 for Middlesbrough. They were behind, they drew level, and they're now in front, and that was really quick thinking and instinctive striking from Andy Payton. The points just as precious for Plymouth, of course, today, as the ball is swung over here to Steve McCall. Good-looking ball in, and an even better header from Dwight Marshall, and it's 1-0 for Plymouth Argyle. So, from the hands of the old master, Peter Shilton. It's going to fall for Hendry, however, who just relishes taking on defenders, and he's got between them as well. That's really good play, and here's Ripley on the side foot. Is good enough to beat Shilton. 1-1. Payton, and now Falconer out for so much of this season through injury. Willie Falconer, he's threaded a lovely ball through towards Slaven, and the ball really bobbling around. It comes back again to Falconer, who tries one with the left foot. What a shot! It dipped and it fairly flew past Shilton. Willie Falconer, 2-1 to Middlesbrough, and this is a really spectacular effort from the former Aberdeen man. Beautifully done.
Victory has lifted Lenny Lawrence's men into 3rd spot, 3 points behind second place Leicester, with a game in hand. Easter Monday takes Middlesbrough to Roker Park, in front of a bumper bank holiday crowd of over 25,000.
It's 0-0. Sunderland in possession. The long ball from Sampson, and it's found Devonport. brilliantly struck by Peter Davenport. And he's sunk his old team with that one. Pears with a quick thinking clearance and snapped up in midfield for Borough here, and that's got to be a free kick, and it is, and it's quickly taken. Equally quick thinking as well, and Henry's cross is a good one. Here comes Ripley, well kept out by Tony Norman. Borough's corner, Hendry will flight it in, and there's the header, and Gittins has got there, and Norman's got there too.
After the supercharged atmosphere at Roker Park, it's back home for the clash with Bristol Rovers, and remarkably for the 5th consecutive match, Borough find themselves conceding the first goal.
5 minutes gone, the crowd's so expectant of Middlesbrough, but they might be caught out here. Here's John Taylor, the former Cambridge striker, and on the left foot, he's given Bristol Rovers a shock lead. Still a Middlesbrough trail with Fleming's throw in. It's going to come all the way back to him. Curtis Fleming looking for a good ball in, and it's not a bad one either. Ripley with the header over the top. He should have hit the target. From Phillips to Ripley. He'll be surrounded as always by Bristol defenders. Still manages to thread it in here for Payton. Good effort. Brian Parkin down to it. Brave stop. So Parkin's clearance will land inside the Middlesbrough half. Well, John Taylor's away again here. And Bristol Rovers, well, Borough certainly can't afford to concede a second goal. And Pears, unlucky for Bristol, off the upright. So if Borough were expecting an easy ride today, they certainly haven't got one. Bristol Rovers making them fight every inch of the way. Here's Ripley now. Again, the Borough crowd really urging their side on. They so badly want an equaliser. Got one, and it's the leading scorer, Paul Wilkinson. Now, controversy here because the Bristol defenders claim that Wilkinson has used his hand. Well, was it a la Maradona? We can see from this, well, maybe. Free kick for Middlesbrough. And, good position taken up by Slaven inside that Bristol Rovers area. Here's Hendry's shot. There's nothing wrong with that one, and it's Paul Wilkinson for the second time. 2 for Borough, 2 for Paul Wilkinson, and they take the lead for the first time in the match. Hendry's cross, Wilkinson's punishing header.
Victory over Bristol Rovers has guaranteed Borough will go into the final Saturday of the season with a chance of securing automatic promotion. Whether or not they'll start the day in pole position depends on the outcome of the season's final home match against Grimsby Town.
The ball played into the box, nodded out by Jobling. And then Woods can't get it any further away, really, so Fleming keeps them ticking. Hendry inside the area, and is brought down by Jobling, and that is a penalty. Referee Dukes, no doubt at all about it. Jobling the offender, Hendry the player who was brought down after that pass from Fleming, and Middlesbrough have got a golden opportunity to take the lead here. It'll be Jimmy Phillips against Rees, and no problems at all. It's 1-0, Jimmy Phillips the scorer. The perfect penalty, he just stroked it home. Still 1-0, Middlesbrough in the lead. Grimsby desperate for points as well to guarantee second division survival. Futcher's back pass has let Payton in. Well, that's disappointing for Andy Payton, into the side netting. Well, Rees's clearance has gone straight to Ripley here. Not at all what he was looking for. And it means that Grimsby have got a lot of work to do now as Ripley seeks to get the cross in. It's a good deep cross as well. It's the perfect cross and the perfect finish from the former Grimsby man, Paul Wilkinson.
A fascinating season was always destined for a nail-biting finish, and the 4th home win inside a fortnight. Then Borough began the final Saturday in that precious automatic promotion place. It was still a 3-way contest with Leicester City and Derby County for the all-important runners-up prize. The victory over Wolves would mean certain promotion for Borough. The match went ahead despite an overnight arson attack, and the outcome was an afternoon of high drama.
It really has been an in-and-out season for Wolves, quite safe from relegation, but no chance of going into the Premier League. That ball is through to Steve Bull, puts it wide. It's not been his most prolific season, but he'll always have a go. Burke, former Middlesbrough player, of course, Burke. And rolls that one inside for Paul Cook, and Birch's flick back, and here is Cook. And, well, it could have gone in. Pollock with the free kick. It's going to come all the way back to him as well, and Pollock on the left foot. Well, he thumped that one in. From Gittins this time. Phillips, who's had such a good season for Middlesbrough. And he pings these balls in with an erring accuracy. Down from Wilkinson, off the crossbar. Wilkinson tried to volley it in, and Wolves have come away unscathed. Well, real drama in the Wolverhampton penalty box here. I thought that Wilkinson twice might have got in. His was the header down in the first instance. Falconer couldn't follow through, neither could Wilkinson. It's still 0-0. Middlesbrough enjoying their share of attacking moments in the game, as they do now, and Wilkinson rifles the shot in. It may even have flicked the crossbar, that one, on its way over. Ashley throwing for Wolves this time. Ball didn't control it, but it still spun away for Birch, and that's a lovely ball played by Birch. And the goalkeeper, Ironside, had to be very agile. There's so much at stake for Middlesbrough when you think they've been in the second division for the last 3 years, but they're under pressure. And Wilkinson and Madden's challenge on Wilkinson produces the free kick. Referee Don, who will shortly be in charge of the cup final, of course, firm in his decision. Laurie Madden there, and he wrestled Wilkinson to the ground. Did it happen inside or outside? Lenny Lawrence looks and wants the penalty, but the referee has given the free kick. Can Phillips do anything with it? Can Ripley do something? They are the two central figures here. Could be Phillips with the left foot. It is indeed, and he's clipped it, and he's clipped it over. Disappointing finish. So are we heading for a goalless draw? Can Middlesbrough still snatch the victory that would guarantee them a place in the Premier Division? They're under pressure again as Cook hoists the ball forward. It'll fall here for Birch. Borough still living dangerously. Bull got the shot in, and then he remonstrates with Pollock. Pollock went across the Bull there. The Wolves striker took an instant dislike to that. And Nicky Mohan has been pulled out by referee Don as well. Paul Cook seems to be the one who is arguing more furiously than anybody. Well, Bull had to go for the shot, no question about that. The England striker furious about Pollock's intervention, and then Mohan, who has wrestled his way around the field with Cook. Cook gets a yellow card, but let's not forget that Mohan's already had a yellow. He's got a red now, and Middlesbrough must play out the rest of the game with 10 men. A second bookable offence, and Mohan is off. Still no goals in the game. Cook again involved for Wolves, swings the ball across, and Andy Butch has given Wolves the lead, and a priceless lead it may turn out to be as well. Hendry, Middlesbrough desperate for an equaliser in this match now. There's the firm header which the keeper has kept out, and it's Gittins who forces it through. And John Gittins, the man from Swindon, has got Middlesbrough back in it. Hendry's corner, and John Gittins, the tall defender, gets in after Falconer's header to force the ball through. So it's the Middlesbrough fans who are elated again. They can see that dream of Premier League football now coming closer and closer. Lenny Lawrence is on the pitch, talking to Jimmy Phillips, talking him through these closing moments of the game. Ideally, they would like a winner, though. They come again. Payton can't get there. Wilkinson slides it away for Ripley, who's had such an excellent season for Middlesbrough. Ripley's ball inside. Is this going to be a second opportunity for Middlesbrough? Could they win it here? They could! It's in off the upright! And a winning goal from Paul Wilkinson. It had to be him. It really did. Wilkinson has had a wonderful season for Middlesbrough, and his glancing header, surely now Lenny Lawrence knows his team is on their way through. This was the run that created the damage. Excellent work indeed there by Pollock. Wilkinson rounds it off. Middlesbrough are on their way up. They know it. And after 3 years of second division football, Middlesbrough seem destined now for the Premier League. That's it. The final whistle sounds. Jubilation on Teesside. Jubilation for all the Middlesbrough players, and what a dream start to his managerial career at Ayresome Park for Lenny Lawrence. He's the man who's taken Middlesbrough up. They've won here at Wolves by 2-1. Slaven and Wilkinson got the goals after they'd been a goal behind. He has a right to raise his fist in salute. The dream has come true for Middlesbrough, who now find themselves back at the top of English football and in the Premier League next season. Well done to Lenny Lawrence and well done to Middlesbrough.
So scenes of jubilation for Middlesbrough fans at the end of a long, hard season. Victory over Wolves has secured the runners-up prize and the all-important reward of automatic promotion.
You know, we thought things had maybe gone against us with having Nicky sent off. We'd had a penalty we thought we deserved turned down, and you know, we kept going at it, even though we're down to 10 men. To score twice down to 10 men in the last 20 minutes was brilliant.
Yes! I mean, after last season when it was only the playoffs, I mean, this season it must mean twice as much to you.
Oh yeah, twice as much pressure as well, but the lads handled it today and the fans were superb as usual, and get into the season.
You've been up, you've been down, you've been up, you've been down, up again the last few years. This time you're going to stay up?
Let's hope we stay up, and I'm sure we can. I'm sure we can, yeah. Cheers. Thanks a lot. Cheers.
Hey, Lenny! Well done, Lenny! Well done, Lenny, Sean!
Fantastic scenes. Now, there must have been a time during the game when you really thought you wouldn't be celebrating.
No, I mean, as the way it turned out, I mean, the sending off was a turning point for us. They scored, but I mean, it sort of seemed to spur us on, and once we get the first goal in, I mean, we pulled everything out of the bag we did. Absolutely delighted.
Well, after coming so close last season, to actually get there this season, it must mean twice as much.
Especially so, I mean, it's always better to go straight up rather than get into the playoffs. I mean, it's nerve-wracking, what have you. Yeah, as you say, I mean, it's twice as much, but overall, we've played 60 games this year, and we've had a tremendous season.
We've seen some ups and downs at Middlesbrough. This must be one of the best ups that you've seen so far.
Yeah, exactly. I came back the last 6 weeks of my first season, and unfortunately we were relegated on the last day of the season. That's ironic now. I'm coming to the end of my contract, and we've managed to get back up where we were when I first came. So I just can't explain. You know, it's fantastic.
Amazing last 5 or 6 years. So many ups, so many downs for the borough.
That's right, yeah. I mean, we've tended to keep all the supporters hanging on in some way, either relegation, we need to win the last game, or promotion or something. So they've had plenty of excitement, but it's really nice to finish on a high note today, especially with, you know, magnificent support down again. And as I say, we're back in the Premier Division.
A look at the final table confirms that Borough finished 4 points behind champions Ipswich Town, but 2 points clear of Derby County, who would have gone up had Borough slipped up against Wolves. Derby beating Swindon Town in their final match. Winning a place in the new Premier League was a fitting reward for a side that shone in all 3 major domestic competitions. It was also a great personal achievement for Lenny Lawrence in his first season in charge at Ayresome Park. Borough had enjoyed one of their best seasons ever, and the supporters rightly gave their heroes a glorious welcome home. There was no silverware to complete the party, but plenty of memories from an action-packed season full of magic moments.
The team on the field is what you see every week, and certainly they've shown the togetherness, the spirit that sometimes you need that little bit extra. You saw that in the last few games, especially the last game when everything seems lost and the chips are down. That's when you need to dig really deep. And you don't often get that with a group of players, and sometimes it doesn't last very long. We've got it, and we've got to keep it, and we've got to build on it, and hopefully that can take us forward to success in the Premier League.